Oh, you have a long note.
Yeah, but most of it doesn't make any sense. So this is ridiculous. So I said I've had weird personality periods in my life. Then I'm apparently in my, this is me 2 days ago. I'm in my medieval surf dialogue and gym fixation era. Quote, transfixed by its gaze, and I'm talking about a garlic smasher. I'll say that again. Transfixed by its gaze, and I'm talking about a garlic smasher.
So you saw.
This is where I had like insane anxiety.
Were you high?
Yes. So,
okay.
No.
High thoughts. Allegedly, you were allegedly.
Right.
Yeah,
so...
you ate a salad. You ate some kale chips, and then you were like, "Whoa!"
I was like,
and then your third eye opened.
Quote, transfixed about
transfixed by its gaze, and I'm talking about a garlic smasher. Is so, actually that would be a great song if I like started a band.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I wish I could tell you what the fuck I was talking about here.
No, because I put a salad note in my phone the other day, and it just said Annie is so cool, like such a cool girl. That's it.
She is.
I guess I had a revelation that she's cool. I don't know what that meant.
She is a cool person.
But then I told her and was like, "You're a cool girl." She went, "Thanks."
Yeah, and that's what a cool girl would say.
And that is what a cool girl would say.
I wonder if they have construction going on right now. I wonder if that deck would have collapsed had they not done construction.
You know what?
Or if it's just like they're just doing that to all of them.
I don't know. There is I really don't know.
Fine. Anyway.
Cedar maybe.
Yeah, what the fuck am I talking about? I've had weird personality periods in my life, but like so does everyone.
I used to watch Dan and Phil. I used to watch Dan's live stream on like Tuesday at 3:00 after school.
I didn't realize live streams were a thing at that point in my life.
Well, it was
2012?
Pre-Twitch. This is before Twitch existed. This is before YouTube had live streaming. It was on YouNow.
No.
Back in the day.
Yes, I remember YouNow. I think I like went on there too. I think I was like a little bit into the Vine. What the fuck are they called?
MagCon? No.
Well, I was a little bit. There's a reason why I can't even remember it because I was like borderline.
Which one did you like? Because I think that's an important question.
There was like a trio.
There was Shawn Mendes. There was Jack and Jack.
It wasn't. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't actually into the MagCon boys. I was MagCon boy adjacent. Where I was not into any of those guys. I was into like them boys, them boys with a Z or something like that. And it was like 3 like high school age soccer guys, and I was like in middle school at this point, and I was like, oh my god, they're so hot and cool, and they were like doing the grind on me all together.
Everybody was, pause. Can you no, hold on.
Because like us doing this is so cringe, but like can you imagine
if instead we took our shirts off and then we did grind on me on the floor and then we filmed it and posted it
and like we're not even
we're not even
in high school though.
It's platonic.
Can you imagine what that would have done to your social capital?
To your psyche
as well.
The damage is lifelong.
At that point, it would have been. I wonder where they're at now, honestly.
Probably like working at a marketing company.
I wonder if was Cole LeBrant was it the LeBrant brothers? Do you remember the LeBrant brothers?
Did you watch Our Second Life? Stacey Kaelin. What the fuck's that other guy's name? And I don't remember what their name is now, but they used to be Trevor Noah. Not the late night show. It's Trevor Moran. Something.
No, I see because like, the only person that I recognize is the first person. Yeah,
because he was like we know he smokes, so he was like the least cringe because he was at least a little cool. Like he did the YouTube stuff, but at least he was like, I don't know, man. I just am a guy and I like tie-dye t-shirts and stuff.
Oh my god, yeah, that was like his whole thing was fucking tie-dye t-shirts. Why was that their entire personality?
Bandana, tie-dye t-shirt.
Oh, we were obsessed.
And then that side swept haircut.
The MagCon boys all stole that.
And then they all had the British quiff, even though they were all from like Nebraska or whatever. Yeah,
and that's one thing you figure out quick is that they're all from
Omaha.
Nowhere. Yeah, they're never from LA or New York. They're too cool to be posting online.
No.
Yeah, but what an interesting era that was. What would you say that era was? Online, chronically.
It was like the YouTube. It was like the start of the YouTube era, but it was when Americans got their piece. Because it started with like the British YouTubers
And Australian.
and the Australian YouTubers.
Because that's who I was into. Was mostly the Australian. I went some into Jack's Gap.
I was no, because I watched Jack's Gap, and then I was like, I should do the rickshaw run.
He had.
I should go to India. I'm like, you're 15, so no, you shouldn't go to India and do the rickshaw run.
Why was he like so enthralling? Like I remember sitting down.
He should be studied anthropologically.
But the thing is, like, he wasn't like
he wasn't funny. His videos were super mid. They were like they were decently produced. And you could tell he had like okay equipment and like had enough money to like make it look good.
Yeah, because like he was like a photographer at aspiration first.
He wanted to be Anthony Bourdain, I think, but like for like culture and not just food.
And then he went to India, and then that was it.
And then I don't know what happened to him. I tried to rewatch one of his videos within the last 2 years. I felt like I rather would have someone like put a knife in me because I don't know what it was, but it was painful.
This was something that Bailey actually asked me the other day. Would you rather be shot or stabbed?
Shot or stabbed?
Is crazy.
Well, where?
Kitchen conversation. That was my first question. That was my first question as well. Where?
Depending on the answer, it's probably stabbed.
I'm same.
Because
shot is like a death sentence.
Well, and it also depends if the bullet goes all the way through.
That's what Bailey said.
Because that's very important,
right?
Medically.
Medically, it depends on if it goes all the way through.
Yeah.
Depends on where in the body you're getting shot. Where's the trauma going to be inflicted?
Yeah.
Right. There's so many questions there.
Yeah.
Like where geographically are you?
Yeah.
As well also matters. Yeah. I think we think too much about it.
Well, I had a similar question.
Okay.
Because I saw a TikTok that said, when the plane on ground is plane car. Somebody else said, no, plane is bus. And then they argued about it. I think plane is bus. What do you think?
Plane is bus.
Yeah.
It's
too
public.
big to be car.
Oh, here's my thing. Private plane on.
You got a PJ.
Ground,
you got a private jet.
That's a car.
Girl, that's a Mercedes Benz.
That's a Mercedes Benz.
That's the coupe.
That is a coupe. Yep. Because
it depends. PJ on ground equal coupe.
I can
like Boeing 747 on ground equal bus.
That's a bus.
That's a bus.
It's literally called an Airbus. It's an Airbus.
Argument. Well, see, I guess that was easy as fuck.
Slap,
I mean, I knew we would agree, but
boom, clap, remember Charlie
XCX?
Oh my god!
Some of her more recent music, really good. Not that her old music is bad. It's
she
good also.
Just did. I sent you an entire DJ set of her, and
you did. I haven't watched it yet. It's in my save. I have a YouTube playlist that's like all music mixes and DJ sets, and it's in there for me to watch.
It is so fun, and one part of it though, I do have to give her a thumbs down. She like had all these like very fun features, and she had like, who's that one bitch that dated Kanye that everyone was like, she's crazy, and she like lives in New York.
I don't know.
Eyebrows. But I think she shaved them off.
Oh.
Julia.
Is shaving your eyebrows off a sign that you're like unwell? Because I think some gay people do it just for the makeup freedom that it allows.
I think she's gay adjacent.
But like, I gotta be real, I'm scared. I'm afraid.
I know I would look like an alien.
Because it's like,
but it's
it's
fine
the
though.
final boss of being bald. Like it's self-inflicted, and it's worse than being bald.
Can I say something though? I'm so proud of you for being bald.
I think I know a few people who are like
and are
balding not by choice, and they shave to the skin, and they look so much better skin bald than if they had hair in my onion. They look really good bald.
Not everyone looks.
I have two friends who look really good bald,
and it's to the skin.
But then you can't tell them that because they're like, "Well, you're just saying." No, I'm not. You look so good bald. Like I'd be real if you didn't. I wouldn't be real with their face, but I would be real.
That's when I ask you, I'm like, be real, be so for real with me, and you're like, no, I am, and I'm like, I know you do want to be. It is hard to say to someone's face, you look bad.
If you went bald and you look bad,
I have no other option.
If you went bald and you look bad, I would probably tell you because I think I would already have been supporting you through the journey to get.
And you would have been like, all right, and
we have to laugh.
We're going to Turkey,
and we're going to Turkey together. Yeah.
It's gonna be a 6
I'll
month
come with
stay. It's fine.
Get them
Good
implants.
rehab.
You know, okay, we'll go to Turkey together. I'll get the shin extensions, and you'll get a full hair system drilled into your skull.
You know what
surgically placed.
Which,
yeah.
Let's talk about hair systems. Why are they so expensive? Because like wigs, I mean, there's different types of wigs. There's synthetic, there's natural hair, there's good synthetic that like can be worked with heat more easily than like some synthetics. There's all these different types of wigs. Mm-hmm. There's front lace, there's no lace, there's half extension, there's fucking everything, okay? When it comes to a men's toupee that's literally this fucking big, and you cut it out like this.
Well, it's because like,
and those cost. I looked. Take a gander.
Hair systems are like thousands of dollars.
Literally.
No, because this podcast you listen to, if you listen to The Yard, you know Slime is bald, and they made a bet where if they, I don't remember what the bet was, but if they got like a certain amount of views on something or whatever it was, or they hit a certain Patreon like subscriber level, he would get a hair system for a month. He did not make it the whole month. He like didn't wash it for like a week, and then it got really gross. Then he had to just like take it off because you know he's a dumbass. But anyways,
like apply it with like
they were talking about
adhesive.
it, and like yeah, and it's crazy. Well, it's because like yeah, they just glue it to your head. It's like a wig, but you don't take it off for like a month.
It looks good.
And you wash it and stuff, and like that's nice. But I think that's why it costs so much more, is because it has to be more durable.
That's true.
To be able to, it's like,
and the adhesive. It's not like
you're paying for the experience. You're paying for like the synthetic experience of having hair because you have to wash it.
You do have to wash it.
You don't have to like wash the wig on your head. You know, I wonder. You know,
you have to wash your wigs.
Yeah, but you don't have to like, you don't wash them on your head.
No, you don't wash them.
You don't get to like be in the shower and like shampoo.
No, you shouldn't do that. Actually,
no, you shouldn't.
That's gonna fuck up your wig.
But I wonder if the hair system, because it's like glued on to your fucking scalp like Lego hair,
right?
If like you're also just paying for the like experience,
like a gentle rinse.
I think you actually shampoo it. It's real hair, and you actually shampoo it. Yeah.
Doesn't that break down the glue though?
Listen, I don't know.
I bet it does.
Well, that's why you have to get your hair system removed and then re-put on every like 3 to 4 weeks.
I think there's a gap in the market here, guys. I think
why don't we just...
We need to develop hair systems.
We need to develop a society that supports bald people.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. No, I agree. I was watching Regular Show with Bailey, and the amount of bald jokes in the show.
I don't even... See,
I like, because I don't register it because I'm like, I'm not going to go bald, but I'm like...
But Bailey's sitting over there like, biting his teeth. He's like sweating.
Like everyone, like there's so many guys.
There's so many bald people in that show too. That show, if you Regular Show is a great show.
It's so great.
It's good for like the stoner kids. I feel like.
Well,
that but then some of them watch Rick and Morty. But I think Regular Show is less problematic.
Oh obviously. Yeah, for so many reasons.
And then
also Rick and Morty sometimes just gets like gross,
not as funny.
You're just like, oh,
yeah,
there's not really a plot or
the scene where I do like the scene where he's at therapy. And he's wearing the pickle outfit. Pickle Rick is at therapy. Oh. And she basically reads him for 30 seconds and is like, and you don't really need this, and blah, 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 blah. And she just, like, reads him to his face, and then he doesn't have anything to say. And he's also a pickle. That whole scene is so funny to me.
No, I've definitely seen all of Rick and Morty. I just don't know if I... Oh, yeah,
I've seen some. I've seen very little, actually.
I had an era, actually, of Rick and Morty, which was literally just 3 months of me binge watching it because leave my house. Yeah, it was COVID. It's one of those COVID.
What did I even watch during COVID?
I watched Bob's Burgers again.
Great show.
The whole thing.
Great show.
Which they really developed their characters.
That show is so funny. Really and also, I love that the main guy also voices Archer.
That is really bizarre.
If you haven't watched Archer, I highly recommend it. It's incredibly crass, but it is one of the funniest shows I've ever seen.
I do like it.
And the fact that they have bits that transcend multiple seasons is awesome. Like, I love that. I love that they just committed. It's so real. Do you want us to? Should we deep dive into that or into this?
Yeah, we can go in the next one. So I have a story that I wanted to tell. Apparently, I was driving the other day and a guy cut me off in traffic a bit, but whatever. And then I see up ahead of me that this other guy cut this guy off so bad in the middle of an intersection. Like, he literally drove in front of his car to take a left. It was on, so there was 2 lanes of traffic, and this guy fully went in front of this guy
I've seen some
while
of that.
it was a green light, and I'm like, oh, because this guy wouldn't let him in because this guy was just kind of a dick the entire time. Everyone was like getting kind of fed up with this guy. So this guy, insane. Just take a right.
That's brave.
To go left. What are we doing?
Brave.
It's brave. That's brave. Yeah, to think that.
But
that
like a little
person's not
stupid.
Gonna get...
A little too brave.
Yeah, I don't mean brave as a compliment here.
No.
I mean brave. Oh, you're so brave. No. And so that reminded me of, why is it on TikTok or on Instagram that there are accounts solely dedicated to one guy's dash cam footage? One guy's dash. Yes, those are all over.
Have you seen?
One guy's dash cam footage. It's like, you're actively putting yourself in a bad situation.
Yeah, that's not.
There's no way. I don't know where the fuck you're driving where
you think this is a good idea.
Where you need hundreds of clips. Where you're producing hundreds of clips.
Counterpoint, Russia.
Growing
up, when I was in middle school.
Growing up in Russia.
When I was back, my dad and I would watch Russian dashcam compilations on YouTube. Yeah, and they were crazy. And the best part is, like, there's like really loud techno music playing because it's Russia, and it's like dark as fuck and snowy. And then you just watch somebody crash, and then the music keeps playing, and the guy goes, suka, and he starts swearing because you can hear it on the dashcam. So those are so funny. I recently found a video on YouTube. They recreated a bunch of these dashcam videos in a Roblox, and then they use the original audio from the dashcam, so it's Roblox, and then they're like crashing, and then it has the character model with just the smiley face.
It's boyfriend ASMR.
It's
Your boyfriend
so
just
funny.
Crashed into a tree.
The one with the girl with the coffee. The ASMR, you're getting coffee from the cute barista, but she spills 40 black coffees on herself and goes blind.
Just 1 second.
1 second, I
have to pick up this really heavy. Oh, it's so heavy. No, I think I got it.
And then she spills it, and then she starts screaming, but the best part is she goes, I'm fucking blind!
Yeah.
I like the ASMR videos. I think people should keep doing them until the bit is no longer funny.
I love them so much. I love them because you know exactly what you're getting.
You know what to expect. You know how it's gonna end, and that the safety of that
so funny
makes things funnier for me.
It does. It does. Okay, where did you put your contribution? Oh, I'd say I stay up on pop culture a little bit more than all of you because I don't have Spotify Premium. So specifically advertisement pop culture. So
okay.
Crunch Bar, for some reason, has been in my fucking ear trying to get me to eat a goddamn Crunch Bar. And the way that they're doing their marketing makes literally no sense. So they're like, try a Crunch Bar. And then the next second is like, I'm a mechanic. I fix cars. And then the next is like, I'm a window painter. I paint windows, which that's not a job, but it's... Fuck paints windows. Anyway, so it's like
I get fired all the time.
I get that. So now I just make up jobs.
I can't hold down a job as a window painter, but
I also destroy furniture.
He's just a vandal.
Yeah.
He's just going around the city vandalizing, painting shit.
Why won't anyone fucking hire me? Mom, I swear to God, I'm trying, Mom.
No, I've been applying to so much stuff, Mom.
I've tried the eating ice cream job.
I painted the windows at the pick and save.
And they screamed at me. What the fuck? Okay. Anyway. So
and they want you to
Crunch,
you just keep getting
Nestle
ads?
Crunch, yeah, it's been up my fucking ass trying to get me to buy a fucking Crunch Bar, but here's the goddamn thing. I don't even know where the fucking Crunch Bar is. I feel like
the store.
Right,
the
you say the grocery store, but I'm never in the grocery store to buy candy. I don't think I've ever bought candy. That's a fucking lie. That's a bold-faced lie. I've bought candy at the grocery store, but never like okay. I don't go out of my way. I feel like a gas station is where I buy candy.
Well, I was going to say Quick Trip.
Right. I don't think I've ever like consciously seen a Crunch Bar.
Do you go to the chocolate aisle?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
But I don't think I like see Crunch Bar. I feel like Crunch Bar is just like visually it's
hidden for you.
Wiped from my memory. Yeah, it's like Attack on Titan when they're just like, why are Titans literally us?
Or it's like in Men in Black when they take the pen.
Or that too.
The Mr. Nestle Crunch took the pen and he said, look into here really quick. You're gonna forget about this candy and you're never gonna think about it.
Except now
until
with
Spotify comes for your
Spotify,
ass.
and now I'm like, Were those bitches ever good?
No, they are good. They are good. They're so good.
Crunch?
Yes.
Okay, I might try
They're
one
like,
then. But I feel like if I'm
they're
gonna,
not my number one because my number one's Kit Kat.
that's what I'm.
But they're my number two. I
So
would
you
say
like the
I like
crunch.
crunch because
You
it's
like the
chocolate and it has the
crunches.
little crispy pieces,
Rice crispy pieces.
and that's all I need. I need chocolate with a little, you know.
I feel like I've become kind of a snob when it comes to chocolate.
I feel like you buy bougie fancy chocolate.
I do.
I don't. I buy that brokey shit.
I do.
The other
but that's
day-
like the ones. Well, that's not even true. But it's one of my splurges. Milk and chocolate.
Wait,
are my
what you splurging
splurges.
on milk?
I buy that like extra protein Fairlife.
I heard Fairlife was canceled. Did they get uncanceled?
So Fairlife was canceled because of one farm that they had. Which honestly, if you're gonna cancel a place for having a bad farm, you might as well cancel all dairy.
All of
which
it. All
is
the
what the vegans
actually
do.
all the food, really. Yeah,
Vegans
like
do.
all the food,
So,
all the meat places.
They actually
and the
cut
milk
ties
and
with
the...
that producer.
Oh,
And
they broke
don't-
up with her. Okay,
they
that's
don't.
good.
They don't buy from that.
Okay,
producer
slay.
anymore.
Well,
So-
good because their milk was so good. The chocolate milk. Oh my
And
God.
it's lactose free, and it has extra protein in it.
It's so good.
It has. Guess what? Let me give you the macros. Really
Really
quick. 13 grams of protein in 1 cup, 80 calories.
That's crazy.
Huh?
That's
What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking? How?
There's a
Literally
quote in the
how?
quotes page from when I used to drink their chocolate milk all the time at the dining hall. Like I buy it from the flamingo or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, ultra pasteurized. What do they put it through Christ's asshole or something?
They do, and Christ is pro gains. He wants you to be a muscle daddy.
Christ
and
is rooting for you
muscle
at the
mommy
gym.
for me. Yes.
Yeah.
Muscle parents.
He wants you to get big and strong.
He
for
wants
him.
you to get big and yes.
He wants you to get
so that you
huge.
can serve him.
So you can.
I'm in my Christ
We're in our
chocolate
redemption
milk
arc.
era.
Yeah, that's
feel
what
like-
weird era we're in right now.
Right. I feel like do you think there's a correlation between Christians and chocolate milk?
No.
Do you think that it's white milk for them?
No, I just don't think there's a correlation. I think Mormons, perhaps.
Which, okay, speaking of,
because the Mormons, like, they don't have anything in life,
No.
so they eat crumble cookie
they do,
and they go crazy on it, and then
let's
they
talk about that.
they take the crumble cookie to their penthouse and they freak it.
They do,
And they also buy the like big tubs of like chocolate powder to make chocolate milk and stuff because it's like all they got going. you know?
It is so interesting going there. You know what's really okay? If you've ever been to Salt Lake City or Provo, which is where I went, I went to Provo.
You did a pilgrimage to the Mormon Mecca, to Salt Lake City area to see what's fucking up with those people.
And I want to go to Salt Lake City so bad because I really only went to Provo because we didn't have time to go to Salt Lake City. We drove through the area, but like not super crazy. Provo's so insane. It is not only the Mecca of Mormons, but it is the Mecca of fast food, where every single fast food chain that you can think of is located in Provo. Like, they love their fast food.
They have every chain. They have one of everything.
I'm not fucking joking. So they have Mooyah, and they have what's that shit that everyone's like animal style?
Oh, In-N-Out.
They have In-N-Out. They have Mooyah, In-N-Out.
In-N-Out,
Which doesn't even make really
In-N-Out's
sense.
kind of mid.
Oh, it is.
Everybody was like, "Oh, it's so good! It's so good! It's so
the
good!"
fries
it's
are
so
so
affordable."
bad. That
It is
upset.
affordable. It's more affordable than the good places we have here, but I still think Five Guys is better.
But that's not even true. Okay, Bailey took me to this place in Kenosha. It's called The Spot. That shit was so banging. That's all it's called. It's just a local hamburger
But it's not
place.
a chain.
No, but it's not a chain.
I'm just saying the chains that are competing for the top spot.
Yeah, you're right.
In-N-Out is not winning.
Oh no, not on any. But I didn't even try the burger there. I just tried like fries with their sauteed onions and their like animal style sauce on it, and I tried it. I was like, and here's the thing: I got Mooyah's burger because Mooyah has like a vegetarian burger, so I got Mooyah's burger to go with it, and I'm like, wow, Mooyah's so fucking good.
In-N-Out's fries are bad. Their burgers are way better than their fries. Their fries are bad. Their shakes are so much worse than I was expecting.
Their shakes,
they're not that good.
That's new information.
They're not that good. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a shake.
Mooyah's shakes are crazy.
Yeah,
good.
Five Guys shakes are good too.
They're crazy good.
The In-N-Out shake was so mid. I was so disappointed.
That would be really disappointing.
Because we tried them when we went to Arizona. We did a big hike. We went to Cave Creek or something. It was a really cool hike. And then on the way back, we were like, we have to stop at In-N-Out. We have to go.
That was after we visited historic Provo, which was a little fake town they made next to a water park, which was where they had reenactors making metal stuff.
Welding?
Yep, they were welding and they were making like knives and stuff.
So is it like a fake town to be like a
Yes,
historical site?
correct.
And
That's
it's just
exactly
like U.S. history, or is it like Mormon history specifically?
Well, I mean, they tie in, but yeah, it's specifically Mormon history.
Wow.
It's not like this is what settlers would have done. It's like this is where this person fucking lived.
This is what John Jingleheimer Schmidt, whatever his name is.
Correct. That's the other name.
That's Father Christ for the Mormon Church.
They do believe in Christ.
I know.
Okay, I just wanted to let you know.
It's just funny that they were like Christianity already existed, and then another like guy whose name was John Smith. Joseph Smith?
There you go.
Joseph Smith?
Yeah.
Some guy with the most generic white guy name.
Well, do you want to know what
rolls up like 1,000 years later and it's like, no, because God told me to like start another one. And then everyone's like, can you prove it? And he's like, no.
Well, that he could prove that with the golden plates. Who saw the golden plates? No one, because he was like, God told me that if I let anyone see these golden plates, their head will explode.
It's Jover.
And so what I've come to the conclusion of is I need to lie more to my game. And
oh my god, this is how we
start
the cult. This is how we start the cult.
That's exactly what it is. You just need to like tell someone.
No, this thing happened, but like I can't show you.
I can't show you.
Like I signed an NDA.
That's
with Mr. Christ.
Literally what it was.
So
that's actually exactly how it went.
I actually pinky promised him that I wouldn't say anything. So
where did you find it? Like in fucking Ithaca or some shit like that? It was like the most random ass place. Where he was
take our people out west and lead them to salvation.
Well, and what's crazy
to Utah
is he was such a dumbass. Like, not to hate on anyone that's illiterate, but like he was illiterate, and it wasn't like he couldn't get an education. Well, maybe he couldn't have. He was
It was ye old times, right?
It was ye old times, but it wasn't.
When did the Mormon Church get founded? Which hundreds?
Late 1700s or early 1800s. So it's pretty recent. It's very recent history.
But like still, 1800 years after regular Christianity was already a thing.
Right.
I just love that
But that's the thing though, is that like everyone kind of had their own interpretation of stuff when they came to the new worlds. I hate that term, but like that's what everyone called it. And so there were the Quakers, who kind of did their own weird shit that they were like very strict about certain things, and I do think that Quakerism,
the Quaker religion or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
Quaking.
Christianity.
Quaking. Anyone quaking along with us?
Guys, give us a like and a subscribe.
Wait, I have a friend who went to a Quaker church because they speak in tongues or whatever, and he went once to see what it was like, and then he got up to be like during it, he was like, I felt moved. So he didn't. So he got up and then he like said a bunch of gibberish, and everybody went, "Oh my god!" And they like fully believed it.
I didn't know that was with the Quakers. What was interesting?
Apparently they do that sometimes. I thought they just like line danced.
Doesn't it
sound like they would?
No.
The Quakers.
So let me tell you.
We're having a hoedown at the Quaker church on Thursday. You should come. Like that's what it sounds like to me. I know that wasn't what they did, but it sound like I hear Quakers and I'm like, yeah, that barn was fucking quaking. They were throwing down.
The thing is, they're not throwing down. The thing is, they're doing peaceful. The opposite of throwing. They're not peaceful either. What they hate fun. That's what they hate more than anything. It's the Quakers and there's a few other religions that are very. I wouldn't say they're similar, but they're similar in the fact that they are like. They influenced a lot of early American culture in the way that we're like hyper individualistic. That's very Quaker.
Rugged individualism.
So
yeah, no quaking. No having fun, only quaking.
I think that's where it came from. Also, speaking of Quaker, y'all ever hear about the Quaker, like oats? The Quaker oats and how they like experimented on kids up in New York?
Are we canceling Quaker oats?
Oh my god, they literally.
I've never heard about this.
They gave them like known high amounts of radiation dosed oats.
No, I'm gonna get so artistically into this. Hold on, because I'm obsessed with radiation.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Because I'm obsessed with Chernobyl.
It was
so
at
I will be
it's
researching.
at like this boarding school in Massachusetts for kids that like couldn't consent or whatever because they're kids and they were like there was mentally something going on. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like everyone. Well, it's hard to tell because back then,
before we understood mental health,
it was like
a little. They were like, "Oh,
let's lump someone.
Why don't you go to the asylum upstate?
That's basically what it was.
Why don't you go to Silent Hill?
Yeah,
and they'll take great care of you, Susan." It's like, no, they won't.
And basically, what they told them is they're like, "Oh my God, like you're saving the world," like, and they like did like jacked. Like there was no reason to give them that
their
much
oats.
radiation in their oats.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was like a partnership between oats and might have been I don't know who else it was a partnership with, but it's crazy that Quaker Oats. Yes, this is good. Yeah, on literal human children.
That's actually crazy.
And it was like it wasn't like super recent history, but it was definitely within like so crazy. Yeah, there's like
a little
so
too
many,
recent for comfort.
There's so many fucked up cases like that. I mean, you know about Tuskegee, right? Tuskegee.
Oh.
How we went into Alabama, and I say we, I mean not myself, but
you personally wasn't there actually.
I personally wasn't there, but in like
you were busy quaking.
I was
so
right.
Couldn't make it.
I was busy.
Super booked up actually.
Constantly.
I like to think it's like gooning, but somehow it's worse.
I don't even know what the fuck.
You don't know what gooning is?
What is gooning?
Gooning is edging, but you never come ever. You
ever?
Goon. No, you just goon. And
oh my God.
And
that
it's
sounds awful.
like it's like a bit. It's like it's a bit kind of, but it's like it's incel adjacent. It's like the the gooners. They go in their goon cave and they goon. And they all like Sabrina Carpenter, probably. And they're gooning.
Wait. Is Sabrina Carpenter like a incel?
No, she's just a beautiful woman.
She is a beautiful woman.
And so the incels like her.
I thought incels hated beautiful women.
I mean, they do because they can't they reach for what they cannot have.
Oh, because so that's their standard.
Yeah, because the incels are like, well, it's not my fault that like women don't like me.
It's like
I'm
the only
so charismatic.
woman.
I'm Mr. Charismatic and likable, and I am an alpha male, and blah blah
they're
blah.
Probably so mad that Barry Koenig or whatever is like with her because he's like 5'6". They're probably so mad. Yeah. They're probably so upset
because they're like now they think they have a chance.
No, they're probably just like probably the opposite reaction.
Actually,
it's probably like
she should be with a man who could tear a bear in half.
Because that's the thing with like weird shit every once in a while is like it's all the time, but it's with
forever actually.
Forever where it's like there's this anger against that can get women that like aren't up to their standards of what a man.
Their standards don't make any goddamn sense.
No,
they're all stupid.
It's so weird to me. Oh, but what was I gonna say? Oh, Mormons before? We were talking about Mormons.
Of course we were.
I can sniff out a Mormon like no one's fucking.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
I feel like I look like a crazy bitch with a tinfoil hat on when I'm like, guys, did you know Crumble Cookie?
No, we knew Crumble Cookie was Mormon.
Because I told you.
It makes sense.
It does make sense.
All they have is sugar.
When there's
all they do is drink sody pop at the party, man. Okay. They got nothing else.
KFC.
Mormon?
Mormon influenced. Mormon adjacent. Can I tell you a little story about KFC? KFC was founded technically in Kentucky. Wasn't called KFC at that point. It was founded by this guy, and he had like a little shack. Okay.
How all good things start in a little shack.
In a little shack, and he didn't even sell chicken to start off. Everything else but chicken. And then he started selling the chicken, and then this guy from Salt Lake City, Utah, somehow he got to Salt Lake City, Utah. I don't know how. It was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Everyone likes chicken, so they opened their first KFC in Salt Lake City, Utah. Damn. And that's part of my theory as to why
every fast food brand is in the Salt Lake City area.
Something about the population there really fucks with a consistent menu.
Mm.
A KFC, a Chick-fil-A, a Popeyes. You know what I mean? Something like that. They need consistency. Maybe
they need
and sugar.
Yeah,
They love their
they need
sugar.
a processed menu that will never change.
Ever change.
Yeah.
Ever. Yeah, and so that's what I found so fascinating when I was in Provo was like it took me so long to try and find like a restaurant that was like of that area. I could only find
Because
one.
all I had is chains.
I could literally only find one, and it was this
Wow.
Indian restaurant, and we ended up not even going there because it's like, we're not gonna sit down. We had to be on our way. But yeah, there was like absolutely none. And like the ones that do exist are just like, do you want a mid sandwich? And we're open from 9 a.m. to 1.
They're not innovating.
No.
They're not producing their own culture.
No, even the KFC, not even from there.
Which is crazy, because if you have 7 wives, shouldn't they like be cooking and shit?
They got good baked goods.
Yeah, I guess.
They probably have really good baked goods.
Amish adjacent, yeah. The Amish know how to bake some goods, bitch.
Yeah, where it's you got nothing else to do. But here's the thing.
No, they have everything else to do. They gotta like milk the cow and like,
the Amish actually do have a lot to fucking do.
I can't believe they have time to make so much shit.
Have anything.
Yeah.
That's why you end up with weird shit like that, and that's also why Salt Lake City has some goddamn Pilates, yoga, everything studios. Because also, you know what else they have there? It's the capital of MLMs.
That makes sense.
In Salt Lake City and Provo. Because
that makes sense.
Right, like the wives aren't technically
they gotta be employed.
Jobs. I mean, they can have jobs, which is fine. It's just like
so a lot of
it's just heavily suggested that you be a stay-at-home wife, and so then that's how you end up being a Mary Kay's associate. Well, Mary Kay isn't. Is it Mary Kay?
Probably.
I don't think it's like. I think a lot of people like those products, but just because you like a product doesn't mean it's a good business.
Well, I feel like the pipeline is like the popular girl from high school becomes a nurse, and then the like mid-tier popular girl becomes someone who's in an MLM. They move to the big city, they get in their MLM, and then they start posting on Instagram. They're like, guys, if I could just sell,
do you want to support your husband?
Dude, if I could just sell 4 of these yoga ball sets, I will get $500. So, and they're just like posting ads. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I'm associated with anyone in an MLM currently.
I don't think anyone's in an MLM.
I really want to know about all of them. It's so fascinating because there's so many of them. And it's really interesting because it's like they're just selling to themselves. Like it's like MLM to MLM to MLM because they're all in them. And so then they recruit, and it's like I wonder if there's anyone that's in like 4 of them.
There's gotta be, because she's so bored.
She's so bored. She's like, okay,
she's the 7th wife.
Sure,
she's the 7th wife.
But
2 of them already do the childcare.
That's pretty rare at this point.
Yeah, but not for Susan. The first 2 wives do a lot of the childcare, and then like the 3rd wife like does the homemaking. And then the other like 4, like I guess we got nothing else to do. So there's one's like, I mean, each MLM only takes so much time. I guess I could sell the leggings and the yoga ball set and the coffee press and the like yeast machine or whatever. I don't know.
It's just yeast. It's just yeast.
Nutritional yeast, MLM.
No one knows where it comes from, but it actually is an MLM. Nutritional yeast. Just the product itself.
Real.
It says Dave's Red Mill or whatever, Bob's Red Mill.
You know where Bob lives? Salt Lake City,
Utah.
With his 7
together.
wives.
That's my like pizza shop gate. Pizza shop gate? That was the stupidest shit ever. That was the dumbest. God, people just be looking for shit. Like, what are you doing? There's shit right in front of you. There's crazy shit happening right here, and you're like, I saw that the White House ordered 3 pizzas at 7 p.m. What are you doing?
Do you know how big that house is? I'm sure someone there was ordering a fucking pizza from Domino's.
At least 2.
It's whatever,
at one time.
It might not have been Joe.
Next, you have Levi versus Tanjiro fight, and I don't even know who the fuck Tanjiro is.
Tanjiro's from Demon Slayer. He's the main guy. Remember when we were talking about people fighting?
Oh, water style.
I was just thinking because he literally his whole thing is that he wields a sword, and I was like, dude, him versus Levi would be a crazy fight. But if you don't know who Tanjiro is,
I have
don't know
like
if that
barely
helps
any
you.
input. I have a traumatic relationship there.
Why?
Because I started it with a friend group that I'm no longer friends with.
We should watch it together then. So we could replace with.
It was
good
also just like a
memories.
very like crazy intro.
Because
Like,
the show is
first
so
episode
it's sad.
is
It
you're
starts
like,
rough. No, the show's so good. It's so good and it's so vibrant and colorful, and
That's
the
what-
art style is
yeah.
incredible.
They have a character in there that I want to beat the shit out of.
Who?
Fucking Warhead.
No, I love Inosuke.
He's so irritating, but maybe I'll like him at some point.
You'll like him later. You'll like him later. If you like Nishinoya from Haikyuu, you will probably like Inosuke.
Have you ever
Because
seen?
he's very high energy, kind of stupid.
Okay. Well, sometimes I like them, and sometimes they irritate me. Who else was kind of? Oh, I was trying to start Black Clover. Got 4 minutes in, and I said,
nope.
And
okay, I've heard if you like Attack on Titan, you should watch Black Clover. That's what people always say. Like, if you like this, I recommend this.
I'm sure some people are gonna be fine with it, and some people love it. And I told one of my friends, I was like, I tried it, and it pissed me off. I had to stop. But
don't piss me off. That was you.
That was me.
That was you watching the show, quaking,
convulsing. No, but it's honestly one of. I can't really say shit on it because again, I've watched 4 minutes of it. But
critiquing a show you've watched 4 minutes of is such hater behavior.
It really is. So
I'm collecting haters in my life, and I think that's a good thing.
In Black Clover, it's like based around two brothers.
Okay.
And you get like this intro scene where they're like born essentially, and something happens.
I ain't watching people be born.
Okay.
Have you seen Dune?
No.
I recently watched the first Dune, and then Sean and I went and saw the second one in the theater while it's still there.
That's fun.
And it was good, but there's like multiple scenes where they show because like this lady's pregnant and some weird her baby. I don't know how to explain this. Her baby has like sentient thought and like is a fully grown person, but it's a baby.
That makes me want to die.
And she talks to the mom, and so there's random cuts where she like they just like show you like I'm not kidding, like a baby in, like a fetus in like the uterus, like backlit. It's like. And every time one of those shots came on screen, I was like literally I started quaking. I hated it. I hated the baby shots. They were so gross.
I actually found my community on Instagram of being terrified of childbirth / having a child inside of the
real
community.
No,
and I didn't realize that was. I always felt like really isolated because of it. Because like
because so many people are like, no, it's the best thing you can do as a woman. It's like for you, maybe.
For you. Well, that's the whole thing. It's like
the best thing I can do is sell a yoga ball set for $400,000.
I'm sorry. You actually have to have a child. You actually have to have a child and be unhappy in your marriage.
Yeah.
At least
you have to want to get rid of your mommy tummy, like so bad.
Oh my god! The death threats. You have to buy this.
You want that mommy tummy forever?
Forever, for life? Well, you're going to have to buy these in 5 minutes or else you're going to have that forever. It's like a fucking chain
I'll throw in a
mail.
free medicine ball.
It's a chain
Send this yoga set to 5 people or you'll shit your pants tomorrow at Pilates.
That bitch has fucking, fuck. I can't think of anything.
What are you you were doing this and I was like, are we scooping it?
I'm going to take my yeast plant. Put it up as a repository. How?
Oh my god.
What the fuck were we talking about?
Well, we don't. It's fine. What was the next thing? Your decathalon.
Oh yeah, I didn't have a decathalon.
We never got through yours.
Yeah, that's true. We never even got through yours.
No, we didn't.
We got to 5. We got 5 activities, and you're already number 1.
I would put cooking tofu on yours.
Okay.
Because I think you would be first place.
That's simply not true.
Preparing tofu. I feel like you
first place. I'm already at first place in the world.
Just for the tofu.
That means I'm already number 1.
You said I would win the sheet pan meal, and I don't fucking agree. Okay.
Who you?
In the world, a
some
chef
bitch with a fucking yoga ball.
like a chef.
No.
I don't know. Someone who sprinkles it with nutritional yeast. Like I don't know that tech yet.
We need to get more yeast.
The world needs more yeast, and I've always said that.
We need to. That could be our cult. Is about yeast. I'm sure we could like
a yeast cult. Oh
guys,
my god, the yeast.
Okay,
and
here's
yeast,
my pitch.
It will open your third eye
you have to start off lower than that, but
Okay.
we can get there. So this is our first pitch. Is we're like, are you feeling bloated?
Do you have a mommy tummy?
Do you have a mommy tummy? Have you tried those yoga balls, yoga sets, and included kettlebell sets?
Yeah.
Well, we have a product for you. Yeast.
Have you tried yeast
Have you
in
tried
your mouth?
yeast?
Have you put yeast?
Have you tried yeast in your mouth?
Have you tried a mouthful of yeast yet? Because
what we have clinical results for.
we've tested it on the Quaker population. By putting it in their oats. We've filled their oats with yeast, and they're all so big and strong
what?
now.
They're big. They're strong.
Not a mommy tummy in sight.
No mommy tummy. No acne. Somehow we cleared acne.
No back knee either.
Well, what's interesting is that yeast is so multi-use, multi-purpose.
Yeah, it's very functional.
You can use yeast in mouth, yeast in face, yeast on nose,
yeast on skin.
On skin.
A yeast you could soak in
internally,
it in a bath.
And then my favorite, a yeast suppository.
A yeast douche.
Now you might be wondering, I already have a yeast overproduction.
You know what? I already got plenty of yeast in my ass. But no, you don't.
But guess what? You actually don't, and that's why you have a mommy tummy and bloated.
You're not putting enough yeast in your ass.
You're not putting enough yeast in your ass or in your other orifices.
Yeah.
So
in your gooch.
That's my personal suggestion. But you know, if you don't want to listen to it, you don't have to. That's fine.
It's a free country.
But guess
for
what?
now, so you can, I guess, not have any yeast. But
within this next
just
5 minutes,
know that, like,
if you don't put yeast
you
in your
won't
mouth,
be an alpha male if you're not consuming enough yeast.
No,
and that's what Andrew Tate doesn't tell people. He does it. He forgets to bring up the yeast.
That's what a lot of the fitness influencers. That's their secret that they don't tell you because they don't want you to become.
It's not about counting your macros.
It's not about macros.
It's not about walking or exercising.
Exercise doesn't matter.
Forget all of that. You're wasting your time.
Mouthful of yeast. Try it for 1 week.
One mouthful, one assful every morning, every night.
Twice a day. Try it out, and we can get you subscribed.
We'll throw in a free yoga ball set. If you buy enough yeast.
So we have boxes.
It comes in bulk. We only.
So I've heard a lot of complaints that a lot of people don't like that it only comes in 10-gallon. But here's the thing.
Some people are upset that we drop an actual pallet on your front door with crates of dried nutritional yeast. And listen, it's not my fault that you can't afford a bigger house for all the yeast.
No. But here's the thing, if you're consuming it the way that you should, that shouldn't even last
you should be
a
running
week.
out pretty fast. This is the dumbest bit. Oh my god. The haunted horses were pretty good too.
Yeah.
Dude, you could feed the yeast to your horses too.
Haunted horses could get yeast.
You got another pallet coming on Tuesday, and you still got half a pallet to get through. Start feeding the horses.
And if you want them to be more haunted, then
put it up
it's a
their
suppository.
No. The yeast. If you put the yeast up the horses' asses, it will expel the bad spirits. So you could actually, if you have haunted horses, you could remedy that problem with the yeast.
So if you are a Sigma male, you have a mommy tubby, or you are a haunted horse.
Do we have a product for you?
Do we have a product for you? So what we're doing is we're connecting to consumers that, previously haven't been directed at. This is the new Spotify ad that we can try.
It's the ad that comes right after the one for Nestle Crunch. Buy a Crunch bar, and then it's us being like, "Do you have a haunted horse?" No, you get it starts with
you a haunted
It starts
horse?
with a nice like a high noon standoff, like the whistle, the it starts with that.
Right.
And then it's like a deep sultry cowboy voice, and he's like, "Do you have a haunted horse?"
Right.
And then he goes into the yeast ad read.
I'm gonna edit this so we can do the yeast ad read.
We do our own ad read.
Yeah.
Mid-pod.
Mid-pause ad. I basically did. Okay.
We pretty much just did.
So I have tofu. That's one of my decathalon traits. What's my other decathalon traits? It's not a trait. What the fuck? It's a decathalon.
You'd be good at it. You would win the tofu competition.
So tofu's number 1. It's right off the top. I have a few suggestions.
Could I say tea party planning?
Sure.
Coordinating.
Tea party planning, coordinating.
Because the one time we were like, we should have a little tea party, and I was like, yeah, for sure. And I expected us to make tea and maybe cook one muffin. And then I come over and you had a whole Like you had placemats, you had cute plates, you had baked like at least 5 or 4 different items to eat.
I did.
And then we made tea, and I don't even remember. I think I brought some scones, and that was it.
You did.
Because I was like, oh, I'll bring some scones. And then I was like, we will make like one more thing. And then you were like, no.
No, we don't need to make anything. I said, go look outside.
Yeah. You were like, I've been busy quaking while you were gone.
The crazy thing is, fuck the British, because you guys had me in a thought that clotted cream would taste good. And it's not bad. It's just not as good as butter. And not as multi-purpose as cream.
Nutritional yeast.
Or nutritional
You can't put clotted cream up your ass.
No, you can try. You could sure try.
Clotted cream will haunt your horse.
Yeah, so we do offer...
Oh my god.
So we do, yes.
Yeah.
We do offer those services, but it is in-house only. Yeah. So clotted cream sucks ass. Is essentially
in case you didn't.
In case
the ones
you
who
wanted
already
to
knew what
make
that was.
clotted cream, don't.
Because you felt what you like because it was for the tea party.
You
made
had
a
to
bunch
buy
of
specific
bakery items, and you found a recipe to make what was it?
Clotted cream.
Just the cream.
Well, no, I made so many different things, but one of the things that I made was like the British are fucking irritating because they're like biscuits to them mean
nothing.
Fucking cookies.
Yeah, which is stupid. Like they're not. Stupid. They're cookies. Be fucking like, for real. It's like, it's like Canadian bacon just being ham. Fuck you guys. It's just ham.
And then they call these like very specific cookies digestives, which is like the grossest shit ever. I hate that.
It's not digestive.
Yeah,
it's like no,
it's just
not
gross.
Anymore.
It's really gross, and it doesn't. Maybe it does help you digest. Maybe it's their own.
It's a cookie, is it not?
We could probably sell them. That's our.
We could add them to the yeast company for sure. We could branch out.
What I was interested in was I was like, what are like the spreads that they offer at these like British tea parties? I'm like, I know they got jam of some sort. They probably have like some sugar cubes or that's not really like a spread that you put on their scones because their scones are like small versions of the American biscuit but bad.
Okay, yeah.
So biscuits are American and they're fucking delicious and they are full of butter. That's what I would describe them as. I've made some really yummy biscuits before. The key to making really good biscuits: ice cold butter. Get a shredder, like a box grater.
Oh, like a cheese grater.
Yeah. Grate that. Put it back in the freezer until you fold it together, and then add everything. Wow. You want it to be ice cold. All of the components.
Because then it doesn't like melt into the thing or the batter or whatever.
Right. So it makes its own pockets.
Okay.
In there while it's cooking, so
that
it stays cold for a while. That it kind of creates these like flaky layers. They're delicious. So I'm a big fan of biscuits, and so I did the scone recipe because that's like how everyone describes them. They're like they're kind of like biscuits, but they're not. They're not at all like biscuits. They're actually nothing like biscuits at all, and they taste bad.
Like rocks.
They taste like rocks.
Chalk, maybe.
They need a spread. And here's the thing. I love a spread, but I think each component of everything should taste good by itself.
And then the clotted cream spread
also was just...
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't... That's what I'm saying. It wasn't that bad, but here's the thing.
But it could have just been a better spread.
It could have just been butter.
Spread. We could have just used butter.
Butter would have been better at that point. But I was like, oh, I guess they use clotted cream. Like, I'll try it.
I mean, we were having a tea party, so I felt like we were like,
Clotted cream is like it's one step behind butter. And so it's like, at that point, let's just make butter. So that's my opinion on
You're like practically churning your own butter.
Except you're not, because it takes fucking 10 hours to make fucking clotted cream. But it's not like active work. It's like...
You have to let it sit for
You have to let it sit for that long. And so our oven doesn't even go to the like temperature that they wanted it at. So and I'm like, I don't want my oven on all day. So I use a crock pot, and you have to like keep filling it up with like water so it kind of like steams it at this. It's fucked. Don't make it.
I did not realize you slaved away for the clotted cream like that. Well, this explains why you were so upset when it was mid.
I was like,
because I was like, it's okay, man. Like, it's okay. It's okay. The other stuff you made is really good, and you already went above and beyond. And then you were like, no, but the fucking clotted cream is so bad. And I was like, oh.
Honestly, that's why you like really have to like check in British recipes, like to see if there are any American comments. Because if there's only British comments, or
It's
the
over.
Americans like really like Queen Elizabeth,
They eat beans on toast, so I don't trust them.
Right. I don't trust them on most things.
They're not eating yeast.
One thing that
They're
will
not putting yeast up their ass.
trust them at though, they're not.
No, and you could tell because their food sucks.
They're not enough yeast. Anyway, so one thing that they do well is
do. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. One thing they do well
is pastries stuffed with something. That's what they got going on.
The
there.
British and the Amish, the ishes.
I think
they know how to bake a little
sometimes, and I will say sometimes with a huge asterisk because they are like afraid of using butter in certain pastries, and maybe that was because they had to ration it for a really long time
in the war or something.
In the war / just most peasants don't use it, but also the French were right there, and the French.
And we
were
know they had
killing
peasants, and we know they can cook,
and we know that they can make a fucking croissant.
And
like
as
no
Gusteau, Gusteau said, anyone can cook.
Anyone can cook except the British, and that's the part that
the part that they cut from the movie. He actually does say that.
In the extended version, they say that. So I think,
and then he goes into a long explanation of why nutritional yeast is like super beneficial to have in the kitchen.
So we'll show that.
But yeah, Remy, and then you get it. It's in the director's cut. I don't, not everyone see the director's cut.
No, I think they only showed that.
Just us. It was actually at the, yeast convention.
You actually can't watch it because your head will explode.
Yeah.
So you can't actually see it.
Mr. Christ told me that I can't show you the director's cut of Ratatouille because
your head will explode.
Yeah.
And we are the only two whose consciousness has raised
evolved enough. Yeah.
And do you know how that's possible?
It's all the yeast.
It's all
and you could get there. It would just take like probably 10 years. So
10 years.
If you lock in now though, we're happy to watch it with you 10 years from now.
10 years. That's it.
And we'll probably have all moved to
and you probably don't even need to watch it in 10 years from now because
you'll be so full of yeast you won't even
ascended. Your consciousness is so high that you probably can't even see media at that point. You're creating media. You are media. So just like watch out for that. That's like the one.
It's like the blue water of life from Dune, but it's just yeast. It's dry scooping nutritional yeast instead of drinking the water.
Just
so
great
you can
macros.
See. Yeah.
We only have tofu and tea party. Tofu and tea party. I feel like a British person could beat my ass at a tea party. Actually, no, but that's the thing. You're a
connoisseur of tea, truly.
If I ever do that shit again, I'm making the American versions of most things because I don't know why I was like, the British have something figured out. Let me tell you, they don't.
Oh, can I put? Not queer baiting, but you dress super lesbian, and when you dress very lesbian, the fits are immaculate.
Okay.
Like it's Pinterest lesbian fit.
Wow.
I would say flannel collecting.
A flannel. I do.
You love a flannel, and I do too. But love a flannel.
Well, something about it is so nice. It's because
it's a shirt that's a blanket.
It's a shirt that's a blanket. That's a
dish
seat
rag.
cover. That's a dish rag. That's literally, you can do so much with it.
It's almost as versatile as the yeast.
And yes, and you won't get a sunburn with it because it's long sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
I have all different fabrics of flannels. I have like a fleece almost flannel that's for the winter time transition periods. I have my very lightweight flannels that I really just use as sun coverage. I have all of them. I have different sizes, depending on the oversized look. So yeah, that's true. That is very true. You said I don't want to queer bait, but anyway, one of your decathalon.
Well, I was gonna say I can't call it queer baiting. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe queer baiting is the event that you're in. But did you phrase it that way? Because I feel like it wasn't. Nice, but the flannel. I mean, it's the same thing.
That's crazy. I don't think I'm baiting anyone though. I'm just being.
You just love a flannel.
Living in the world.
No, you just love a flannel.
Yeah, I do.
See,
which is great.
I want to say rolling a joint, but we can't put that in. But you
How
would.
about
You would.
rolling a tobacco?
Rolling, yeah.
Rolling something into...
Rolling a broccoli cigarette.
Broccoli cigarette.
Which, you know.
Just rolling cigs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say so. I would, but I'm not number one. I will say that, but
no,
I
but
understand
you're high enough on the in the tier list in the competition that it would help your points. Your total.
Oh yeah,
points.
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know Snoop Dogg has his own guy for that.
Yeah, I wonder how.
So
I need to know how much that fucking guy makes a year because like he has a professional joint roller. That's can you imagine being like, yeah, I just roll joints for Snoop Dogg. That's my job. And also, how what do the hours look like? Like, does he just roll a bunch once a week? Is it like every day? Is it every couple? Like, I need to know.
It's like
because I know Snoop is smoking all the time, but like, does this guy like this hypothetical guy? We'll name him.
I'm assuming
Jack.
there's different varieties though. That's the thing. I would have so much fun with it. I'd go to all the smoke shops and be like, can I have like different like
there'd be different strains for different times of the day
of different like different wraps though.
Oh my god,
filters.
Yeah,
that would be so fun. It'd be like, okay,
truly.
Snoop, what are you feeling? Like, are you feeling tropical paradise?
It'd be
I have
like
one just for you.
Do you think it's like it's like a personal chef, but not? Instead of being like, I cooked this lobster bisque with whatever the fuck they do. And then they like go to these rich people's houses and they cook them food and whatever. Saffron. And it's like a 3-course breakfast and a 5-course lunch and it's like fucking crazy. But the professional joint roller version for Snoop is like, good morning, Snoop. I have rolled you this delicious mint flavored joint.
Right, to wake you up.
It's called sativa hybrid.
Exhilarate.
Yeah, it's
some shit
whatever
like
the
that.
fuck. And then your 11 a.m. joint is called Monkey Gooch.
But I do have this as an option.
Yeah, and it's like, here's your 3 options, and they're like different flavor experiences, whatever. That
would be so fun.
That would be.
Oh,
God, what a new dream career, honestly. And then you get to just hang out with Snoop Dogg sometimes. I mean, not hang out. You're professional.
I wonder if they have a bad relationship.
You're wearing a tux, and you bring the tray.
Snoop Dogg's just like the most casual fit, and you have to. That's
dude, you have to dress like a butler. Oh my god, wait.
You have to be in a 3-piece suit.
I'm back in though. That's actually kind of everything. No, because wouldn't that be kind of cool?
I feel like you need to be like the university's like communication specialist, like that, because I feel like you would love a job where you have to dress like just sit.
No, I don't want to dress fancy. I want to dress cool and interesting.
You're not just say 3-piece butler.
No, but that would be fun.
Right.
That would be funny because it's Snoop Dogg. I don't want to do that and then go to like a business.
Okay. Right. Okay.
I want to do that and then I want to go to Snoop Dogg's house and hand deliver his breakfast joint.
So I do have a question for you in terms of formal wear. I am supposed to go to a question for everyone: black tie wedding. Which, if you're familiar with black tie, in the traditional
floor-length dress. Correct?
In the traditional sense, it's a floor-length dress with very specific materials. For men, it's a 3-piece suit or a tux.
Is this someone's wedding or something?
This is someone's wedding.
Okay, yes. I was like, what black tie event?
That would be fun if I just had those.
You just happen to have a black tie event.
Right.
Just a gala.
Would be very fun.
It's actually the annual yeast fundraiser.
Right. Well,
which is
those are on the
tie.
same day, so I had to pick one.
Yeah,
I'm picking the wedding, sadly. Yeah.
So what's your question?
My question is, do you think there's a difference between black tie and black tie encouraged?
Yes.
Like in terms of what you will actually wear, or do you think it's just like?
Ooh.
Do you think it's just like a bigger circle?
I think that black tie encouraged means we encourage you to wear black tie, but we understand that not everyone has all of the things, and therefore it's not mandatory. We just want you to try to dress within this realm, and I think flat out just black tie means you have to dress black tie, or we will take all the yeast up from you when you get here.
Right, your yeast.
A sniper dot appears on your forehead if you come wearing the wrong outfit.
Yeah. And then they actually say
Snoop Dogg's butler won't let you in.
Ironically,
yeah.
More
compressed into a bullet, a sniper bullet. They then load into a rifle,
which we also supply. By the way.
we sell yeast and guns. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Probably for us. It's a really good. It's actually a super good business model if you really think about it. Like if you work through it a little bit more.
Ammunition. and just general artillery, heavy artillery.
We sell mortars.
Don't check your tax records.
It's all a
Don't
business
check
write-off. Yeah, because
it's all
did you know that when you write it off for business, that means you don't have to pay for it?
That's what we heard.
That's how that works.
Yeah.
No, I actually saw a video of a guy being like, yeah, and I opened this business credit card, and then he writes everything
the
off.
platinum? Yes, I know exactly what
yes,
you're talking about.
That's a real guy, and he's so fucked, dude.
No, he made a second video, and the second video is even funnier.
No, because he's like, you guys know I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But it's like, clearly you could tell that he didn't know that. Because he like posted first video, and he's like, dude, I opened this business credit card, and I put $40,000 on it, and it's funny because you don't have to pay it back, and that's like how it works.
It's a business expense.
And then all the comments are like, you know, you're committing like a felony, right? This is like this is super illegal. All the comments are like, LMAO, bro doesn't know he's going to jail.
And then later that day, he's like outside of his pool
wearing the same clothes,
no longer chill,
same outfit,
and he's like, guys, you're so dumb, you're so dumb.
It's crazy that you guys would think I was being for real.
And you just drove up my engagement. It's exactly what I wanted.
All part of the plan.
My brain bigger than yours. You know why that is? 4 scoops of yeast a day.
He's yeast maxing. I yeast max every morning. And that, you know how I pay for the yeast? Business credit card.
But we have nothing. Hey, we don't encourage you to get into financial debt, but
Please
we understand that if it
happens, we can finance the yeast. Okay, we can do a financing plan.
Yes, through
we can do a layaway payment plan.
Yes,
you can still get your.
You
yeast.
have to finance with us though. It cannot be through a legitimate institution.
Legitimate? We're legitimate. They're not. Bank of America.
What is it? FUIC certified or whatever? You know.
Sure. I don't. FUCK certified.
Federally licensed yeast manufacturers of America. FOYM.
Future business leaders of America, more like future yeast manufacturers of America.
Are we tired of this bit yet? No.
No, I won't be for 2 more weeks.
Okay. So, what's my other decathalon topic?
Do you have any that you're like I'm strong in this category? Because I was struggling to think of things for myself.
No, that's the
other than being predictably late. You know what?
Oh, well.
No, but you're unpredictably late.
I'm pretty unpredictable.
You're
being
not...
unpredictable.
Yeah.
That's an annoying thing to say,
No.
though.
You're not like other girls.
Can't see me.
You're unpredictable.
I'm unpredictable. You never know what I'm gonna wear. Never know what I'm gonna say.
You never know what you're gonna wear unless it's a flannel.
And the way that I really haven't worn that many flannels. That's the fucking lie.
I was like, oh, we're lying now.
I'm probably gonna wear one tomorrow. What is something? Something that I did a lot when I was younger was collecting a lot of sunglasses and then losing them almost.
Okay, yeah, dude, a competition where we give people sunglasses and see how fast they lose them.
That's a good...
Unintentionally, like, we don't tell them, though.
No, we're just like, hey, take these.
Yeah, we're like, oh, dude, we
pick them up at 1 p.m. We pick them up at 1 p.m. so we know it's gonna be bright. And we have something in it. Hey, you can keep those.
No, they're for you. It's just like we bought too many.
Hey, do you have those sunglasses? A week later, you pick them up at 1 p.m. It's bright out. Hey, you have those sunglasses? You act like you can't see. Those sunglasses are hard. Annie has them 100%. Mm-hmm. Annie has them.
Annie has them in her bag.
She's been ready to give it back to you.
Yeah.
She probably would have mailed it to you had you not.
I left them at home. I think I remembered I was supposed to give them back at some point, and then I left them at home the day of the hangout.
Yeah.
And then I go, fuck, I knew I forgot something. But I had once thought about it before the hangout.
Mine are in my bathroom at the bottom of my hair care basket. Mm-hmm. That's one location that they could be at. Another location is in a golf bag that I don't use. Yeah. And then a third location would be physically on my head, and I would deny that you ever gave them to me.
Yeah, no, wait.
Because sometimes I just forget. I don't.
No, I love when I completely misremember something. It's so funny.
Lying
you and I have done that, and we've done that to each other.
Lying unintentionally to people that you care about, where you're just like, oh, I didn't realize I was just bold-faced lying right now. Oopsies.
that
Because
is
clock
such a
each other.
funny thing to win. Also, that's
Yeah.
great. Wow.
Halfway through the competition, we just start making shit up about each other. Yeah, that'd be really good. I'd be really good at that.
You would.
Another thing that I'm good at is collecting journals that I use 3 pages out of. I see 3 right there.
It's so real. Yeah, we never addressed the elephant in the room. For all the people that were anxiously awaiting us to talk about it, we're not on the balcony. Because we were gonna film. Well, we
They're
because
still
of scheduling, whatever.
constructing.
We were gonna film at Emma's balcony. We both have a
Right.
balcony. Spoiler alert. And then literally got out there, and these 2 people are hammering away, and it's so fucking loud. And so we decided, you know what? We'll just record it inside.
Which we're right next to a balcony.
So we're balcony adjacent this week. You're just gonna have to live with that.
Don't give away free products. There's no samples, so sorry.
You just have to buy the yeast and hope that you like it.
Yeah,
because there will be no samples.
Well, I mean, if you've had yeast, you've had yeast.
If you had yeast, you know what's up.
You haven't had yeast. You can put it in popcorn. Like we said,
you can really put it on anything.
You can put it anywhere.
You could dry scoop it if you wanted.
Pre-gym is probably my favorite time to take my yeast.
See, I was gonna say pre-sex is my favorite time to dry scoop. That's yeast. And that sets the intimate mood, like a mouthful of yeast.
Yes.
Or an ass full of yeast.
Ass full of yeast. What it does is it creates...
Ass full of yeast, band name.
Ass full of... That's good. A-F-O-Y.
Afoy. Afoy, mateys.
Ass full of yeast, mateys.
Wow.
And then mateys stands for ass full of yeast.
I was going to say we just dress like sailors. It's just sailor themed.
Me arse to
eggy, nope.
Egged with yeast.
Exploding yeast. Me arse to exploding yeast.
Oh my god.
So we're also, dude, you could win it acrostic poems. Clearly.
The only reason why I can kind of do that is because every academic study ever is like, guys, we cannot just say what the fuck this is about. We gotta abbreviate it. A goddamn acronym now. And the acronyms never make any fucking sense. They never do. And if you're able to make them make sense, they're gonna be off by a letter, and then you're gonna always
think about it for forever.
Yep. And there's every single study that I've been in, I'm like, that's fucking stupid. That doesn't even really mean what we're wanting it to mean. Can we just say
so words just don't mean anything anymore, I guess? Like,
I don't know. We could just call it religion study 1. But then we had to call it AFERCH. Stupid. Sorry. Sorry,
to Furch.
AFERCH.
Have you ever heard the Take Me to Snurch?
No.
Wow, it's Snail Church. There's a video.
Oh.
Somebody made a Lego set sized Snail Church, and then somebody else made Take Me to Snurch.
Oh, is there are there actual jingle. Snails in there?
Yeah.
That's good.
Take Me to Snurch.
It's a little bit millennial, but I like it.
But I like Snurch. Something about it.
Snurch
rolls off the tongue.
Kind of the opposite. It's kind of hard off of the tongue, which makes it more fun. Snurch. What is it?
Afoy mateys.
Afoy snurch.
Welcome to our snurch. The snurch of
yeast. Making friends. Okay, so now we have friendship.
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about making friends as an adult and male friendships.
We've already talked about male friendships.
Have we? Well, you wanted to talk about why you think they're problematic.
I did. No, we did. No, we got there.
I blacked out.
I was just talking about how sometimes. Well, I guess we probably moved on from it pretty quick. But there was this really interesting conversation. I've had this conversation a lot with some guys where they're like, "Oh, my buddy, yeah, he's racist. Yeah, he's homophobic. Yeah, he tried to kill my mom. But, I've known him since I was 12, so...
Guess we're friends.
We're friends." Huh? Have you experienced that shit before? I feel like there's a lot of people that, I'm not personally friends with. Yeah. Where I'm not personally friends with these guys or whatever, but sometimes they talk about, their friendships, and they're like, "Yeah, my annoying guy, my buddy hey, is that your buddy? Or
No,
is that
whenever
just the
whenever
guy
a group
that
of
you
guys talks
hate?
about a dude and it's clearly the guy that everybody hates, but he's somehow
Mhm.
still invited to things, but he's also not invited to all
And
the
they
things.
always call him by his last name.
He's only invited to some of the things. Yeah, and they like clearly don't like this guy. And I'm like,
he's coming.
you could
Why
just
are you
not invite him.
Yeah.
Just don't hang out with him.
And that's what I think is so funny when they're like, oh my god, female friendships are so petty, like blah blah blah. They
At least
shit.
we tell each other that we hate each other or whatever. I don't know. At least they're real about it.
But I mean, there's deception and shit in all types of friendships and relationships. So like whatever. But I just found that to be like more and more frequent recently.
They don't punish problematic unhealthy behavior.
Or if they do,
they
it's just
allow
like
it. They barely punish it.
Right.
They tolerate it.
A lot of toleration is what I've noticed, and I'm like, that's really interesting because that person's like actually the fucking worst, and you know that this person's the worst. Actually told me exactly how this person's the worst, and so now I can't see this person the same way. But you want me to still act the same around this person?
Yeah, no can do.
That's fucked up.
If I find out somebody sucks dookie butt ass and it's just like a shit person, I'm like the next time I see them, I'm probably gonna be a lot colder and a lot meaner because I'm like, I don't fuck with you now.
Or I'm just not even acknowledging them. But maybe that's
if we're at a mutual friend event and they're also there, I just probably won't be talking to them much.
Yeah, hi.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, hi.
Yeah.
If I even need to do a hi, that's the thing, and so that's really always that's been weighing in my mind. I guess it's like, how do you let someone be your friend when you know that they're like actively putting someone else down or something like that?
Yeah, I don't fuck with that kind of shit. Yeah, I don't know. That is crazy.
I feel like you just don't associate with those types of people, but you find them in the workplace.
But I also wonder though, because I think I also think there's like I don't know if it's a misconception, but there's like a common like belief that like male friendships, they don't talk about how they actually feel. Like it's more, it's about the vibes. It's about just vibing, and it's not about the real shit. You know? Yeah. Like we play ball. We don't talk about our feelings. And like they just don't open up to each other, and so it's like, yeah, they'll be like, oh yeah, I know, like my mom died last week. Like, it's chill. You want to go for wings?
And then there's like no details.
And there's no follow up. There's no actual diving into anything.
So you're calling that a misconception?
Why? I don't know. Is it a misconception, or do they really do it? I think it's kind of real.
I think it is.
It's like literally, Sean was like, "Yeah, I learned lore." Like he told me he learned some lore about one of his friends, and it was like sad. And I was like, "Oh, is he like doing okay?" And he goes, "Yeah, I think so." Like, what do you mean you think so? Did you guys like talk about it? And he's like, "No, he didn't seem like he wanted to talk about it." Okay.
Hey,
Then again, I also kind of do this though. Like, I just don't talk about how I actually feel with anyone because I don't know. You shouldn't do that. But like, I don't know. But like, what?
Well, I mean, but you do have someone that's specifically there for you to talk to.
I do, yeah. Like pay a therapist to go.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So like, you actively try to help yourself.
That's true.
But
a lot of men just don't.
Right, and that's where it gets like, and that's where yeast comes in. So if you're depressed, can't afford therapy, if you're anxious,
do you know what can help you?
A suppository yeast,
because it actually rewires the connections in your brain, like the way that your neurons
it fixes your hormones.
Yeah, it balances your cortisol levels.
Yes, that's probably my favorite benefit of taking.
Yeah, mine's that it aligns my chakras. In a way that
I haven't even realized that that's what it did, but yes, that's absolutely accurate. That's completely 100% truthful.
Well, I had recently in the last like a couple months ago, I was like, oh, I don't really have. We're not talking about these. I'm going back to real friendships. Sorry. To clarify,
a couple months ago, I was like, oh fuck,
I was like, fuck, I'm out of yeast. Fuck. I have to go back to doing crack to feel something again. No, I was like, oh, I like don't really have that many like cis male friends in my life. Like it might be nice to have like a couple like guy friends, you know. And then I like was like, oh, like I was on Bumble BFF.
Oh, we all were. Aren't we all on Bumble BFF? Everyone.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. Both of us like have friends and like enjoy the company that we share with each other, but then sometimes I'm like, maybe I'm not like maybe I don't have like the best social circle, but it's like I do. It's just in my like manic mode where I'm like, I need
it's not even that. I think
for
it's
everything.
it's partially that, and it's partially for me. It's just that we live in a city where a lot of people move a lot. Like people move in and people move away. Like it's a very transient city, and I think I'm always like, well, what if everybody moves away? Then what? So I'm like, I should start the ball rolling now. That way I'm not fucked later. Like I should meet some new people in case everyone leaves. And I'm like, well, okay.
One thing about Bumble BFF, which is sad, is everyone on there is like, I'm an introvert, so I'm not gonna say anything. Hey,
guess no one will ever say anything then.
Right.
See, that's I don't know.
What are we doing on here then? I'm sorry. Like
the conversations
try
are
to
just
find
so
me on
dry.
Discord, I guess, because like what we're doing right now is not working.
Yeah.
No.
Well, the other thing that pisses me off about Bumble BFF, and Bumble, if you're listening, you should fix your shit. You can only search for one gender.
Right.
And you have to choose, show me to men, show me to women.
That's what it is.
There is no show me to everyone, and there is no show me to only, like, there's no, like, I don't know why.
There's no gay
it's
search.
not the dating version. So why are you doing that?
I agree.
They should just show you to everyone, unless you specify otherwise.
If you're
looking for a female friend specifically, I guess you could opt to only be shown to women.
I was bothered by that too.
It's so dumb. And as a non-binary person, I was like, what the fuck do I put? So I tried show me to only men. Mm-hmm. Rather die. Rather be stabbed and shot. Actually,
I'm actually very curious to see.
I'd rather drive yeast up my ass because it was rough.
Hey.
I got a couple matches, and then the conversations were just so, like, no one says anything, and they just go, hey, dude, what's up? And then you just act like, you're like, oh, I see you like video games, and then they go, yeah, I play Fallout, and that's it. I'm like, nothing? You're gonna give me nothing. You're gonna give me nothing to
also,
work
like, with? Fallout is, like, the one game that you can't really, like, play with another person, really.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, I guess, like, some of these people would be like, oh, we could try to game together, but they're all console players, too, that's the problem. Because I'm like, oh, like, you play games, you play, and they're like, oh, I play blank on my Xbox. I play the new Spider-Man on my Xbox. I'm like, cool. Guess that's it.
I guess you could do cross-platform, except that
I guess we could hang out in real life, but also they don't want that.
No, because they're just looking. I don't know.
And then you do show me to women, and then no one messages first. So you message first, and you go, hi, I see you like blank, anything from their page, and then half of them don't answer because they have in their bio, add me on Instagram and maybe message me there, girl. Why do you have the fucking app then?
Why do you have the app?
Why do you have the app if you're not gonna open the goddamn app and read your message? Like
that's directed at me too, which I understand.
Which I don't know. It's
sometimes
fine.
I have moments where I'm like.
Also, there's no people on there. There's like not that many. Like you swipe. The last couple times I've tried to open it and swipe, I swipe for 1 minute, look at 3 people, and then it's like, great, your results are done. There's no one.
Also, like the population that's on there is so.
It's slim pickings, man. It's.
Where it's like mama 3. Hey, I don't think we have anything to relate.
We're in different places in our lives, and I just don't know.
I don't know
if this is gonna be good.
The way you're taking your pictures right now is indicating to me that I don't know if we're gonna vibe. Like if there's a Snapchat filter on your Bumble.
If there's a Snapchat filter on your Bumble, I'm not swiping. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You have to really make up for it.
You have to. First, you need to look inwards at what's going on in your life as to why you're doing this.
Why would you post a Snapchat filter selfie? I understand back in the day. I get it. We all used it at some point.
Can we also talk about when you make your Bumble BFF profile and you're like, suddenly I don't even know who I
am?
Because I'm like, okay, what do I like?
What do I do?
What do I like? Mine. Yeah, I would love to see yours.
Because I don't think I have cute pictures on mine right now, which brings me to you needing to give me those pictures of the.
Oh my god, maybe I'll come up because we're nearby.
See. Oh.
Would I come up on your thing? Probably not.
This is what I have.
Mine. Yeah, click on your thing. Let me see. Wait.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not accurate anymore.
I took this, did I not?
You did. You did take that.
Yeah, I did.
So I'm like, this is what I was wanting at that point. I don't want that anymore.
You were looking for a lifting friend. That's fine. Talk anime music. Yeah, real. This is just
anime music, niche history.
You were just looking for another me.
Right.
No kids. God bless.
And literally, the fact that you're in
I'm sorry. The photo of the tea party we had with my gooch in the shot is the other photo on your Bumble BFF. That's everything.
Yep. Is there anything else?
Just graduated, new job. Like R&B. Lover. Wow, I love that.
New
cooking
nails.
Something good. That's real. Real. I love this.
I think I look good
so
there.
snatched here. Holy shit. The short hair. I like your hair right now, actually.
Yeah,
But this is a blast from the past, really. Free rim. You love free rim.
I love free rim.
That's
It's
not
so
how I
good.
thought it was spelled.
Oh, it's so good. It smelled like German.
Why have I never seen this picture?
I don't know. I look
Slay,
good,
you
though.
look really good. The fit is fitting. Top artist on Spotify, TXT. Let's go.
No, for real.
Okay, wait.
No, I mean, not TXT and Big X the Plug being in there. Y'all ever heard Big Texas?
along with Remy Wolf.
Casey Musgrave. This is all over the place. Let me read you my top artists on Bumble BFF. TXT, which is K-pop. Casey Musgraves, a like indie.
They know who Casey Musgraves is, right?
Not everyone does. Indie like country music person. Remy Wolf. I don't even know how to describe it.
Just Google her. I can't help
you. She's great. Big X the Plug. A Texas-based rapper. He's great with like a really deep voice. Nicki Minaj. If you don't know who she is, fuck you.
Can't help you.
NCT Dream. That's kind of surprising, but that's another.
They only make bangers.
They do.
Every album they've released since like 2018 has been so good.
NCT Dream, Beyonce, Willow, Victoria Monet, and Mitski. Mitski should not be on there because I almost never listen to Mitski. Or I listen to Mitski
You're
once.
queer baiting.
Honestly, I am.
That's how you get a lesbian friend. You put that you listen to Mitski on your Bumble BFF.
That's very true. Let's see. Okay. Like, that's not. Like, this isn't, like, actually a bio. Like, if you don't have to tell me what you want, like, that's not actually...
If you just put one thing...
Okay, but that's... Okay. I almost look for that. When they say
no... if they don't smoke socially, it's over.
If they say no smoking ever, I'm like...
It's over.
Oh, you're kind of a little bit uptight. I'm sorry.
That is so funny.
Okay, no.
She seems okay,
She seems fun. A flannel.
George's Bad Girls Club? Okay.
That's kind of random as fuck.
That's kind of hot girl of her. You message her first? Beep beep boop boop. Would you like to buy some yeast?
I say, how do you feel about nutritional yeast?
Yeah, please do. She's actually sending this to a person on Bumble BFF that you just matched with.
I just feel like this is. I feel like with how
we're doing
she
it for
responds.
the bit.
Oh my god,
we're really doing it for the bit.
So pretty.
She. Oh wow.
Plants, astrology, thrifting, fashion. The hottest
of course
girls always are.
Like
collecting trinkets and doodads.
This is just.
I'm kind of shy. That means she's never gonna message. If someone
so
says I'm shy and awkward, hey girl, be patient. It'll be 6 months before I see her.
Real.
So yeah, I totally agree with you. Like, why would on Bumble BFF would they only give you one gender? Very odd, especially with our LGBTQ plus IA plus community.
Plus. It turns into like a multiplication table. We're factoring.
L plus G subtracted by No, but I do agree.
It is crazy. Yeah, I was like,
so making new friends, that does relate to our making new friends thing. But
making friends as an adult is just, it's awkward, and I think I've personally accepted it's just going to be awkward for a bit.
It genuinely, if you like a conversation with someone, like what you said, honestly just like kind of ask them out. Not like obviously in a romantic sense.
No, it's going to be weird, and if you can just make peace with that, you can get through it. But like, it's going to fucking be weird. It will. We haven't done this since we were kids, and now it's weird. Mm-hmm. And that's fine.
I've definitely had the urge. This is so fucking weird, but like, I've had the urge. Sometimes I like to talk to people every once in a while just to like test out my social skills, and I do that at the animal shelter. By the way, if you ever volunteer at an animal shelter and you think, hey, there's something wrong with me, like I don't think I can socialize well, let me tell you, there isn't. You're working with people that intentionally hate people, and they only like animals. So I went to volunteer at the animal shelter to like kind of not only socialize with dogs and be like, help them out, but I was also like, this was when I was working pretty much all remote, so I was like, oh, I need like actual human interaction. I know there's gonna be other volunteers. They did not want to fucking talk to me at all.
Yeah,
It took 7 months for a new volunteer to come for me to actually have like a full conversation with someone there.
Yeah, you got to volunteer somewhere else. Where not the
well,
library.
No, but the people.
No,
the people there now, great. Love
you
them.
had to wait. You had to wait for the crowd.
I had to wait for the crowd to rotate.
Yeah.
Which now the people there are super nice. Love them. Have great combo with them. So it's really good. But it was not always like that. So if you think you're really fucking weird and like maybe you can't socialize, watch Chris Fleming's music video that's, I think it's this title where it's like, he's just a really unlikable guy. You're fine. And that's the entire.
That's real. Sometimes people are
just unlikable and odd, and you guys will not vibe. Like your coworker, the one that came to L&L. That guy,
that random guy from my work.
I tried so hard. You guys all pitied me so much. They were like, "Why is Emma talking to him?" And I'm like, "Because I thought you guys thought he was cool. I thought that's why you was invited." But no one. We didn't
invite him. One person.
No one told him.
The nicest guy ever invited him because he's the nicest guy ever, and said, "Oh, I just want everyone to be included." So he's like, "Dude, you should come." And then that guy came. We didn't think he was gonna show up, but whatever. It's awkward. Fine. Anyways, we what was I gonna say? Last night after the concert, I went and saw Sloth Rust. What? If you don't listen to them, highly recommend. They were so good live. Cool. They're like a indie rock. They're like a rock and a rock.
Who'd you go with?
Aria. And then one of my other coworkers. It's like.
Yes.
The guy I did the stealth mission for at work. Yeah. Anyways, the concert was really, really good, and I'm walking home, and I'm inebriated because I was at a concert, so I'm not sober. And I stopped at Capital Center to buy like milk and apples. I don't know why. I was like, I need milk. I might as well buy it on the way home. I'm walking by. And I check out at the self-checkout, and as I'm walking out, I'm not kidding, the like man by the register turns to me and he goes, "Be well." And I went, "Thank you," because I didn't know what to say. And it was the most Skyrim NPC interaction I've had in a long time, and I was just like,
people will throw you off with the most random dialogue.
And then I got home and I told John, I'm like, "You'll never guess what the fucking guy at the Cap Center said to me." And he goes, "No, that guy's there a lot now. I think he's new." I was like, not you also knowing this man immediately. I was like, some guy told me to be well at the grocery store, and he goes, "Oh, it's the bald guy, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." Dude, if he got a hair system, do you think that he would stop telling people to be well? Do you think he'd become normal?
Or do you think the be well would just be taken better?
Or, yeah, it probably would.
But be well is like...
It's not a bad thing to say.
No, it's just something
I've never heard a person colloquially use that phrase.
Never, ever. That's very much an alien phrase.
You start ending every episode with, "You guys should be well."
That's like an email. Be well. That's an email send-off. Best.
No, I write best because it's casual, but it's formal enough.
Best. I always, but also it's kind of like, I'm the best. That's why I like to write it.
It's kind of swag, you know?
It is swag.
It's the equivalent of typing swag, comma, and then your last name, and then signing your name.
You know what I hate, though? Swag would be so fun.
What do you...
Swag, comma, enter.
Swag, river.
Emma Henning, clinical coordinator, research.
And you're like, your office tag with like your phone number. Dude,
email.
That's so tight.
Yeah. Swag
I'm obsessed.
Great. No one in my office would think that's funny, though. That's what... Oh my god, you know what
that's
I said?
Really sad.
Oh, I think someone misinterpreted what I said. Ooh, there's this guy at my office, and he's like, he thinks he's really funny. And sometimes he can be funny, but most of the time not. Mm-hmm. And he apparently I was like backing out of my spot, and he like kind of runs up on me in his car, but I didn't know it was him. And I pulled back in because I'm like, oh, this guy's like going straight.
This guy's gonna go. I guess
it's not right. Like it's not my time to go. But I wasn't like mad or anything. And apparently he like waved his fist. I didn't see that, and then he like went off. And then I got a message from him the next day that was like, I waved my fist at you, and I'm like, okay, I don't really know what you mean by that, but
wave.
Okay.
So it sounds like Shakespeare when he's like, I bite my thumb at you. But
right.
Like, I wave my fist at you.
That's exactly what it is. And so I was like, okay, like did I do something? Like what are you talking about? And he's like, oh, yesterday in the parking lot. I'm like, maybe I just don't pay attention because I have no idea. I still don't know what you're talking about. And he's like when you were like backing out and then you went back in, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that was me. And he was like, yeah, I felt bad, like I felt like I upset you, and I'm like, no,
I was just confused as to what the fuck you were doing.
I just didn't know what was going on. It's fine.
You were just behaving like an alien. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I was lost.
Well, and that's where I was like, okay, maybe I'm being weird right now. And then he kept messaging
it's like you said,
me.
He's just unlikable. You're fine.
Right. And so then he kept messaging me, and he was like, I'm gonna wave my fist at you again today. And I'm like, are you even in the office? And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'll do a special drive-by. And I'm like, did he think I meant like a drive-by shooting? Was that interpreted? Because he was acting really weird the next day. And so I'm like, did he think I was making a joke about a drive-by shooting? Did he think I was somehow making a joke about that?
I don't even know how to help interpret because none of it makes sense.
None of it makes sense.
It feels like a dream conversation.
Doesn't it?
Where it's like none of this is like
that happens
what
all the
fuck's
time in my
going on?
office where I'm just like, what are we talking about? I don't really want to be part of this conversation. I don't really like any of you that much. You're all fine. I don't dislike anyone at my job. I'm just like slightly irritated with them almost at all times. But I think that's just because I'm at work.
That's real. That's real shit.
I'm just a little bit like,
you just don't want to be there,
right?
Because you can be like, I don't know, having fun.
Like Tuesdays, don't fucking talk to me. Don't fucking talk to me.
You're Garfield's younger brother.
I have my
Tuesdays, am I right?
Right. He is right. I have my like headphones on, my noise canceling headphones, and people will still come up to me with shit that is absolutely irrelevant, and they'll kind of like, "Hey, I'm fully
Does it look like I want to engage right now?
To my computer screen.
Honestly, you should just like get a big cowboy hat or something. Like when I put the fucking hat on, don't talk to me. Or no, a sombrero. You get a sombrero so that it blocks the view of like everyone. So you're down at your desk and they can't see you.
It makes sense for like my coworkers.
Or you get like a mosquito string and put around you or something. I don't know. You gotta
a whole tent.
You pitch a tent around your cubicle so that people don't fucking talk to you when you don't want to talk to you.
Just bamboo. I have bamboo shoots.
No, you put up a bunch of like those
vines that take 3 years to
those rolly clothing racks, those standalone ones.
Oh
You make a square on your cubicle and then you hang those like 70s bead curtains.
Oh,
so it's so loud.
So loud.
Every time someone tries to come through, it's so loud. And then they can kind of see you through the beads, and you're in there. I still have my headphones on. They're like,
it's not fucking worth it.
Yeah, because they get tangled. They get caught in the beads. They try to go in there.
Yeah.
That would work.
Yeah, but then nutritional yeast in their fucking face.
You throw it on the ground like a smoke bomb, and then you run away.
These are.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think that's all of our topics. Though.
I think
we've been recording for a hot minute.
Yeah, this was episode 6, maybe. I don't really remember. I'm honestly surprised we made it this far.
I'm not. We can yap.
Yeah, we can.
That's one thing that we can.
Not me lying again. Not me changing the narrative.
Look at how long these.
Okay, but half of them are the same from the second week. That got moved up every week because we kept not getting to them because we were yapping too much.
That's very true.
That's okay. Well, we made it. We made it another week. We'll see you next week on hopefully an actual balcony, if
there are balconies.
Yeast, God willing.
They're done with construction.
Of course, they're done hammering now that we're now that we've done this.
They were admiring their work like maybe the last 5 minutes.
Yeah. So the timing couldn't have been worse.
Couldn't have been worse.
Oh well. Well, we'll see you next week. Thanks for coming. Stay safe out there.